Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
What do we know about them?
We know they're extremely advanced technologically, which suggests that they're peaceful.
They blew up Congress!
I want the people to know that they still have 2 out of 3 branches of the government working for them, and that ain't bad.
See the biggest cast on the planet while it's still here. Whoa, Mars Attacks. Directed by Tim Burton. Now playing at a theater near you, rated PG-13.
Oh, season screenings. Oh, that's great. I'm glad we had that.
I like that because I always get the TV spot because they're always 30 seconds, and the actual trailers sometimes are 2-3 minutes. So by the time they made the TV spot for this movie, they already knew that no one had watched it, and so
Nobody was
they
going.
have to.
They gave away
They can't
all the
go
stuff.
like the hit comedy of Christmas. They just go like, "There's a lot of people in this. You might want to check it out."
There's tons of people that we're going to kill them all.
Aliens and explosions.
Wait,
aliens
are they the
exploding
lead?
breasts.
Yeah. Ah, man. That's... Act. I freaking love
Mars Attacks, Movie Life Crisis, Season 6, Episode 9, 69. Didn't plan it.
I'll take
Just
it
happens.
over the 6-7 that I hear on a daily basis right now.
I thought 6-7 was dead, but I'm not fingering the pulse of America's youth.
I'm trying not to also.
Yeah, man.
Why did we pick this one?
Dude, you said that you liked it. I don't even remember this movie.
Are you kidding me? Oh, dude. All right. So how do you feel about like 50s sci-fi drive-in B movie, horror movie type things?
I don't know. I'd say like my interest level in that is like 0, nothing. Whatever scale you want to use. That's
Whatever the level is.
No stars. 2 thumbs middle. I don't care.
So, dude, I grew up watching, what's the thing where the people make fun of the movies down at the bottom of the screen?
Yeah, Mystery Science Theater.
Mystery
2000.
Science Theater. So all of those type of movies that they play on there are all these like schlock 1950s B movies.
Yeah.
And I've always liked those. And then Tim Burton wants to make his own version, and then they had everybody in it. And I remember seeing this in the theater. Like that dude, I freaking loved it when it came out. Watching it again, not as much, but still, it's a movie.
So I like when we're doing a movie on the podcast that you're like, oh, dude, we should do that. And I'll go, yeah, that's fine. Let's do that one. I don't remember it at all, really.
Yeah.
And usually I don't remember it because it's horrible and I never watched it. But sometimes I'm surprised because I really liked it. This is not that time.
This is not one of those times, I'm sure.
It's total. Sometimes when I'm watching the movie, I'm like, God, this movie's so good. I'm so excited to talk about this. And sometimes I'm like, God, this movie's horrible. I can't wait to talk about this.
And then is this one of those ones in the middle where you're just like, yeah, it happened? Is it that bad that you want to talk about it?
I'm sure there's fun things for us to talk about, and it is like a kind of stupendous cast. And I really like Tim Burton. I was thinking about it. I'm like, do I really like Tim Burton, or do I just really like the first 2 Batman movies? But I'm like, no, I like other stuff of his. I like Edward Scissorhands, and I like
Scissorhands and Beetlejuice and all those freaking Planet
but a lot of his stuff is super weird and not my kind of weird. But then I appreciate there's creators like that, because if he was only making stuff, like if he was just going like, I just got to keep writing hits, like it wouldn't, who gives a shit? Like he's doing weird shit, and I appreciate that about him, which means sometimes there are going to be huge misses. This to me is a huge miss. It made no money, and everyone hated it.
I think it's because people didn't pick up on the, hey, we're doing it on purpose. It's supposed to look like a 1950s crappy movie. Like he made the aliens not look perfect on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that, and I picked up on that right away, and I don't think people did though. Yeah,
I'm sure, like I get that, but also like just I kept saying like, oh, it's a parody, it's a satire. I'm like, but there was no comedy in it. It was just like, it seemed like he made a bad movie in order to homage bad movies, and then was like, it's like, well, yeah, it's bad. He's like, well, I was trying to make bad. It's like, well, mission accomplished. You nailed it. Like, I don't fault it.
No, I totally get that, and I wish there would have been funnier lines because I remember there being funnier lines. Like the one in the. It
was funny. I was thinking of it in my head. I'm like, oh, that's probably pretty funny. I don't remember it specifically, but I was like, this
I can remember Johnny just like always saying, "You still got 2 out of 3 branches of the government working for you, and that ain't bad." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna have lots of quotes. I remember this. There's tons of people." And then I got through, and I was like, "Oh no, I have to use "ack ack" as one of my quotes." I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just wasn't. It wasn't enough of the stuff. But
I just abstained. Just I released this smudge. We still don't have a pope. I'm not voting.
Do you think this is the best Alien movie to come out in 1996?
Oh, I was trying to figure out because I'm like, this scene. I didn't remember that these movies had kind of the exact same plot. This one and Independence Day, which is the biggest movie, one of the biggest movies of the year. I don't remember if it was number 1, but it was 1 or 2.
It's got to be up there.
And I was like, oh, dude, Independence Day came out in the summer, obviously, ID4, 7-4, never forget. And then this came out at Christmas. So they actually intentionally did some of this movie to, like, the third act they rewrote to be closer to Independence Day. I'm like, they did that on purpose because they were satirizing, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, Independence Day is way funnier than this. It's not a satire, like it's an action movie, but it also has it's better in every way. It's funnier. It's
got Jeff Goldblum though and Will Smith, cracking wise. Yeah, dude. You say it comes out in Christmas. I was reading an article and it said that the green and red skeletons that were left behind after they shot them was because of Christmas. They were doing that because of Christmas.
Nice. Good for them. Good for them. Shout out to the good people at ILM. Industrial Light and Magic.
He didn't even want to use them. He wanted it to be stop motion
and stop motion, and they couldn't afford it. Well, dude, the guy who wrote the script, Jonathan Jims, had been pitching it since the 80s, and he ended up writing like 30 drafts of this. But the initial shooting draft he turned into Warner Brothers, the studio. They priced it, and they're like, "This is going to be $300 million. Like we're spending 60." So we had to keep going back and taking out. He's like, we had 60 characters, we got it down to 23. We had like 14 locations, we got it down to 4.
Oh man!
But dude, one of the big fights that the screenwriter had with the studio, and it was one of the things that he thought led to him getting fired eventually, was that they kept going like, you can't have the opening be cows running by on fire. It's too expensive. He's like, I'm not doing anything different. Cows on fire is a deal breaker. I will not. And I just love that that's how committed he was to a bit that I didn't really even understand.
I
never remembered until I saw it again.
I didn't get the reference until I started doing stuff for this movie. The trading cards that it's based on. On Internet Archive, somebody put a picture of each one, like the front and the back, and there's one where there's just cows on fire being shot up with a death ray or whatever, and on the back it talks about how the Martians are trying to kill our food supply and all that stuff. That's literally why he did that in the beginning. Was it cows in the movie, or was it horses?
It was cows.
I don't know. It was cows?
That's amazing, but also when you write a movie based on a trading card series, like these trading cards came out when you and I were alive and were kids. I never saw one, not once my whole life.
No. They came out in the 60s. They came out again in the 90s because of this.
Okay.
Yeah, they re-released them to catch that fire that was Mars Attacks the movie.
Get on this rocket ship. Capitalize on
that. Dude, there's a lot of trading cards, too. The story goes all the way from them attacking us to us going to Mars and attacking them.
Yeah.
There's a whole story.
Yeah. And I know they based it on like the kind of disaster movies of the 70s, like the freaking Poseidon Adventure, where it's like they're pretty schlocky disaster movies. They're pretty formulaic, but you get like all-star ensemble cast. Dude, I've seen Poseidon Adventure. That movie's still really good. I mean, really good, but it's fun. Like if you watch it, it's a good time.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even know why I don't even care if the Martians or the Earthlings win. You'd think I would have a vested interest in that, but I was like, I don't even care.
I felt the whole time like I was Natalie Portman in this.
Yeah.
Like it would happen, and I'd just go, huh, yeah. If they were, yeah, okay, yeah, I get that. They shot up Congress. So many people want to do that right now. Like, I know that just put me on a list, but I'm saying like,
oh, dude, I was there for that part. I was like, yeah, man, get in there and just start cleaning out. I can't be any worse than what we got.
We could start it over.
Start vaporizing people.
Yeah, maybe we can get younger.
Dude, they could freaking chop my head off and put it on a chihuahua if they go and take care of some of the political stuff.
That was weird.
Super weird. Yeah, man. Do the synopsis.
Synopsis. Martians land on Earth claiming they, quote, come in peace and then immediately start annihilating politicians, media people, media leaders, casino owners, and basically anybody with power. The world's big shots all fall, and the people who wind up saving the day are a kid, his grandmother, and Slim Whitman. A record from Slim Whitman. By the way, I listened to that song. That's an actual song.
Yeah, dude. Of course it is. I got to be honest. I don't know if it's supposed to be confusing, and if it is, again, job well done. I don't even understand why they're saying "I come in peace." Is there a joke there that I don't get? Or
because they keep going like they're like when they shook his hand at the end, and then his hand comes off and kills him, and they're like they kept saying like, "Don't run, we're your friends," and then when they stopped, they would just shoot them all. It's just like if you were going to,
"I come in peace," and they just start shooting everything, shoot the place up.
Don't you remember when you and I would like fight in the living room at my house? I would go, dude, wait, oh, wait, I think I'm hurt. And then as soon as you stop, I would just light you up. That's what they were doing.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that, but it wasn't, but I was like, is that a commentary on something? Is it just that they're dicks? Because that's what I thought. You were just, hold on to my contact. And then I would get off you and you would freaking hit me with an elbow.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's exactly what they were doing.
Okay, cool.
They were just trying to get any advantage that they could. They gotta win. See, because there's going to be Mars is going to explode from the inside out, so they need to find new places to live. That's what the first trading card says.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that they didn't go very far. Like I would feel like if my planet was going to explode, I'd be like, let's just get out of this whole neighborhood. This thing's let's move somewhere else.
No, they went right next door.
Yeah, man, $80 million budget. Warner was like, this thing's going to cost $300 million. We're not spending it. You got to get it down to like 60. They winnowed it way down. They made it a lot less set pieces, way fewer characters. Ended up with a budget of $60 million, which they overran to 80, and then they spend like another 20 on marketing. So they spent all in $100 million, and the movie made.
Nice.
Hang on one second. $101.4 million.
Hey, we're making money.
So I don't think. It was the technical term there is flop. It did not do well.
Yeah, it didn't do what they were hoping. But you'd figure if you just listed off all the people and didn't tell me what the movie was about and asked me if I wanted to see it, I would say yes.
Well, my thing is like, I mean, studios are in the business of making money. They're like, that's why. But like, I like when there's people like Kevin Smith and Tim Burton. Like, they're gonna do weird shit that only appeals to a limited subsection of people, and sometimes they might do something that's bigger than that, but like
right
to me, you should just give them like, dude, you do whatever you want as long as you don't go above this much money.
Right.
Which is like Kevin Smith famously, like his movies always made money because he would shoot them for like, he made freaking Clerks for like $11,000.
Right.
And then he made Mallrats for like $4 million. Like just it doesn't take a lot of money. So do whatever you want, make some cool shit because it's not really that costly.
Tim Burton isn't the group of people talking in a convenience store. His shit is always stop motion and his scissor hands.
Because it's always visual. But but if you just go like, dude, you just got to keep it to whatever the number is, 150 million, like, and you're good. Like, tell Johnny Depp he's got to take back in points. We can't pay him 25 million.
Yeah.
Like, just, tell Danny Elfman, like, we're not going to give him his full, like, everybody's got to take a cut on this because you're not going to make that much money.
Just for giggles, I clicked on his most recent movie, Beetlejuice, the second one. He did that for $100 million. Also, box office though $452 million.
Well, that was great, dude. That was a sequel to a movie that was 40 years old that everyone loved. Like that's what it's going to do.
So that's what I was going to say. Do you think Mars Attacks gets this cult following now that it's 30 years and we're doing the podcast and we have so many people listening that it just takes off from here and they make Mars Attacks again?
First of all, the movie already claims that it has a cult following, and second of all, obviously, we can move the tide of popular opinion just by doing the movie on our podcast, where we both go like, I don't even know if I understand it. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Well, looking at I mean, looking at Tim Burton's movies, like, dude, his first movie he directed is Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which is awesome. And then it's Beetlejuice, and then it's Batman, and then it's Edward Scissorhands, and then it's Batman Returns. That's like that's like a 5-piece. That's pretty amazing. Then it's Ed Wood, which is not good. And then it's this, which is not good. And then it's Sleepy Hollow, Planet of the Apes, Big Fish, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Like he's got more
Big
hits than I
Fish
would
was
thought.
so good, dude. Remember that movie?
What I mean. Yeah.
That's so good.
He's got some stuff that's pretty weird. He's actually got a lot of hits.
He's definitely weird, but I like the weird version of him.
And he's 37 when he does this. I mean, yeah. Awards. They got nominated for some stuff.
Yeah, nominated for a Hugo Award for Best Dramatic Presentation, even though I don't think it was listed as a dramedy. I think it was probably a black comedy, if anything. Saturn Award for Danny Elfman's score, which, of course, it's Danny Elfman. Dude, I was reading a thing from him in one of those music magazines that was online. He wanted to do the old flying saucer sound, and he wanted to use a theremin thing, the thing with the pole and the little loop. But he couldn't get that, so he had to use this French thing that comes on a keyboard. And I looked up a video of how, dude, I don't know how to say it. Unde Martino? It's like a keyboard, but in front of the keys, where it would normally just be a flat piece of wood or whatever, there are these like little silver things that work with your human touch when you're touching another piece, and it makes that same whoo sound. But he could change it with the keyboard, so he used that to make the flying saucer sound. And I went back and watched the flying saucer sound, and you could totally tell it's that instrument. It's really cool. So he won a thing for that. It was nominated for like Saturn Awards, science fiction and stuff like that. But does anybody care about the Saturn Awards?
I mean, probably if we got nominated for one, I would be excited. But I didn't know they existed until I started doing this podcast. So
Natalie Portman picked up a Chicago Film Critics nomination for Most Promising Actress because all she had done before this was Leon the Professional.
I was gonna say, dude, that I think she could have gotten that after Leon the Professional because that movie was freaking great.
Yeah. I didn't have any sequels or spinoffs yet, but the podcast hasn't released yet, so we'll have
once
to
this
see.
thing drops, dude, I couldn't believe this is not related to the sequels or the spinoffs. I was shocked by how young Tom Jones looked, even though he wasn't young then.
Yeah,
Tom Jones is he's in the groove.
He's got them Welsh genetics. He every time I see him, all I can think of is him and D'Angelo singing Sex Machine on VH1's Men Strike Back. Yeah. God, let's go to the bridge. Like I freaking love that. Pour some out for D'Angelo.
Every time I see Tom Jones, I think of two things. One is obviously Carlton's dance.
Carlton, yeah.
And then the second one is 30 Rock. It's like, no, Tom Jones, no. Like Liz has a sexual hang-up based around Tom Jones.
Yes. Oh, man. Dude, I like me some Tom Jones.
Yeah, man.
No direct film sequel, right? But they re-released the cards again.
Yay.
And they added more.
I kept thinking of, did you watch The Studio yet? We talked about this.
Yes. Well, not the whole thing, but yes.
But like they're wanting to do like a movie based on Kool-Aid. And they're like, in the studio, they're like, if a freaking stupid movie about like blonde-haired plastic dolls could do $1 billion, think how good the Kool-Aid movie could do. And it's just supposed to be like that's a satire of how dumb Hollywood is. That they'll take pre-existing IP and make a movie, and they're and I kept thinking,
wait, do we want to make the Kool-Aid man's voice black? I don't think we do.
Like that. The Kool-Aid movie makes a lot more sense than the Mars Attacks trading card movie. Is the point that I'm trying to make, and that's what I kept thinking during the movie. I was like, the freaking trading cards? I didn't even heard of these.
Just for giggles, if you're sitting on the can or something, you should totally look up the Mars Attacks Topps trading cards. When you see the pictures, they're literally like he recreated those same scenes in the movie. The people, the aliens look the same and everything. It's ridiculous.
Well, I'm guessing that's the demo for this movie. It's people who are super into the trading cards, or the people who were really into the 50s like sci-fi schlock movies.
That's why I liked them.
because I didn't know about any of that stuff, so I didn't go like, oh man, that's cool. They really really captured the moment. I was like, I don't understand what's going on.
Like those really bad ones where the floating saucer has the
you
string and you could see it. Yeah, I love
dude, I'm
that.
aware of them. I just didn't watch them.
Yeah, I love that. I was all about it.
All right, dude. Well, let's talk about your first memories of this movie since you saw it in theater.
Yeah, I do. I saw this one in the theater. This was at the Southeastern one, whatever the
University.
church. The university thing that's a church now. I saw it there. I saw it by myself, and I can remember only because I like movies the whole time going like, "Oh snap! I know who that is. I've seen that guy before. Ooh, it's Michael J. Fox. Oh my gosh, it's that chick." Or all those. Like I knew some of the people, and then I recognized even more. So I liked it the whole time I was in there. I was enjoying popcorn and giggling at the bad sci-fi, but I think going in, I knew that's what it was. I don't know.
One of the things that was awesome about all the pre-internet times is that you just would get excited if you knew something, because if you didn't know it, you just were never going to know it.
You never.
Like you didn't have a rectangle with all the world's information in your pocket.
No.
So like,
you could ask somebody, and if they gave you the wrong information, you just walked around knowing the wrong info.
Yeah. But like if you were seeing this in the movies in the 90s and you recognize like freaking Annette Bening or whoever, you're like you'd be like, yeah, oh dude, right, yeah, she was in the thing. And if you didn't, you'd be like, for like 2 weeks, you'd be like, God, what was that? Remember that? What was that guy? And that one guy, he was in that.
Yeah.
And like now, dude, we visited my parents last weekend, and my mom pulled out the freaking basket of Ninja Turtles that she's had since the 80s.
Yeah.
And my son's like grabbing one that's like, it looks like a cyborg he's like, what's this? What's this one? I'm like, I don't know. But I just type all of the words I'm thinking into Google. And 1980s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure, gold medal, red eyes. And it just goes like, oh, that's Metalhead. He's a cyborg that was built by Shredder in season 3 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. I just show my son, like, look at it's Metalhead. He's like, Metalhead, sweet. So like,
you could have told him the wrong thing, and he just would have been fine with that too. He just would have been
dude,
like,
he's and like, like, and that's cool too, because I can find out about this thing that's 40 years old with my phone,
right?
And he's excited. He'll be like, he'll just ask a question. He's like, why do those birds do that? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, well, get your phone out and let's look it up. I was like, all right, let's look it up.
Find out, man. Come on.
So like that is cool too, but there was something too like, dude, I can't tell you how many times I've thought about this. Me and you was like once spent an entire evening in high school just playing the Casey and JoJo version of Lately over and over again to try to write down the lyrics because the liner notes didn't have the lyrics, and we didn't have internet, so we had no other way of trying to figure out what they were saying. Like, just no one will ever do that again. Why would you?
Why would you? Yeah, no,
But also, it was kind of fun. I still remember it.
Yeah, I say the same thing to Jake. I was like, yeah, dude, is it great that I can pull up all this? Yeah, but let me tell you what's really fun. You know how quickly you learn the words to the song when you have to write them all down? And he's like, ugh, I don't want to know it. And I'm like, okay, great. Man. Yeah. Dude, that's how I felt, even with the rectangle that has all the world's information. When I saw Joe Don Baker... he's the guy. Do you know who I'm talking about? He is the guy from. He's the dad that is Jack Black's dad.
Yes.
All right. So that guy looked wicked familiar, and the whole time I'm like, God, why do I know him? Why do I know him? I couldn't remember why. And then it finally came to me while I was given a test. I was like, wait a second. He's the guy that my arch nemesis in The Natural, he throws the fastball and strikes him out in The Natural. Yeah. He's supposed to be like Babe Ruth. He's the whammer or something like that.
His credited role in The Natural is the whammer. He doesn't
the whammer, yeah. Because he would friggin' crush it. And then that was, oh man. And as soon as it came to me, I was like, I got to go look this up. Stopped what I was doing, walked away from the test and went and looked it up. I was... dead on balls accurate. I like using the brain to do that, not just looking it up every time.
Yeah, that's cool. I knew him immediately from Joe Dirt, but he's been in like 9 million things that I had forgotten about. I like to do, because if you go see a kids movie now, like there's no more voice actors; they just stunt cast with real actors. But so, like, I love just being able to sit there and like just tell my wife, like, that's this person, that's this person, that's this person, that's this person.
We do the other thing, like they had John Goodman on some night show. And I was like, hey, Cece, whose voice is that? And she's like, I don't know. It sounds like Sully. I was like, it is Sully. Yeah. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, that's my favorite thing to do, seeing an animated movie, is to figure out who's voicing all the characters. I'm like, oh God, that voice is very familiar, but I'm like, I got to close my eyes and wait for a face to pop up. I have no recollections of seeing this. I was aware of it. I'd never owned it. I might not have seen it in full until this week. I don't know.
Yeah.
But let's go to ratings. How did you rate it?
Dude, I like Tim Burton's chaos, and I like how it's the B movie stuff. And I didn't want to give it a 7 because I can't, so I don't think it's an 8. I gave it a 6.5. 6.5, though, is over 5 for me, so that means there's a chance I'm going to watch it again before I die, which I know is not a chance for you.
I mean, there's always a chance. So you're telling me?
So you're saying there's a chance?
Swanson, Samsonite. I wasn't even close. Our pets' heads are falling off. Dude, I'm not. I mean, this movie doesn't make me angry. I just don't understand it, and I don't think it's very good. And I think maybe the point is not to be very good, but I'm confused by that.
That part is definitely a thing.
So I gave it a 5 out of 10. It's got an incredible cast. I don't get any of the stuff that is happening. So it's kind of like, dude, have you ever done have you ever tried to watch like a famous foreign film director, like a Fellini or something like that? I'll put those on sometimes, and I'm like, this everyone says this is amazing, and same thing. It's like 20 minutes. I'm like, I don't understand what the fuck is going on. Like, I don't get any of this.
Dude, even if it's not even foreign, even if it's like a regular, like artsy movie, the whole time I'm like, why do I care about this? There's not, like, at least this, if I don't care about it, at least there's spectacle. Like, there's like aliens walking around shooting stuff. Like, if it's just a guy, it's like the British movies that Eddie Izzard. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't, you said that. But I thought, I'm very sorry. I think I better go. Yes, I think you better head.
So they get better. No, he died.
A staircase with a room with a view.
That's my rating. I go like, this movie's not for me, but that doesn't mean it's not for some people.
Right.
But then also after I do my review, I check Rotten Tomatoes, and it's right at a 5 on Rotten Tomatoes and on IMDb, which seems.
Dude, one of the kids was telling me Wednesday, that's today. They were telling me the Rotten Tomatoes, the way they do the scoring. Did you know how they do that? So, like, I'm going to look it up, and the next time we talk about Rotten Tomatoes, I'm going to have it. Because he was telling me, like, oh, I was wrong. I thought it was Fresh Tomatoes or Rotten Tomatoes, and that's the percentage of people that liked it. But that's not what it is. And it's like a certain percentage of the critics gave it a score higher than a certain number out of a certain number, and that's how they go with it. But the audience score is the other way. So that's the one you want to look at, the popcorn thing, not the tomato.
I like the audience. I don't look at the tomato meter. I like the audience score.
Tomato meter? Thermometer?
Tomato meter?
Thermometer. I always say thermometer. Batman's?
Which was
Batsmen?
Let's do scenes. I only have 2 and I don't have any quotes.
All right, let's do it. What's your first one?
My first one is I Come in Peace.
Dude, that...
the Martians land in the desert.
When they first
Burton,
show up,
Nevada, and they've got like big grandstands around, like the military's all there. They're like standing real straight. And, like President Jack Nicholson is not there. He sends one of the generals. And it's like the guy has a freaking translation machine that he built in his basement that I feel sure does not really work.
Right.
And then he's like, welcome, just shaking hands, your ambassadors. There's like thousands and thousands of people watching. And then the alien's like, I come in peace, and everyone's cheering. And then he pulls out his Martian blaster and just starts destroying everyone.
Yeah, they shoot the bird first, so they thought it was the bird. That's the best part. They thought it was the bird.
Some hippie releases a dove. They shoot the dove, and then they just start shooting everyone. Jack Black is there as an army guy. He's surprisingly convincing.
Yeah, I forgot he was in this until this time. Dude, I think that the first contact is my first scene too. I love that. The fact that the hippie releases the dove, and then they think it's it's the bird. They just hate birds.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's not it either. They're just killing everything. It's fantastic.
Yeah, dude. 007, Pierce Brosnan is in there. He's like smoking a pipe. He's like, well, it's probably maybe they just hate doves. Maybe doves is a symbol of war to them. And so the president, Jack Nicholson, is like, it's just the dove. It's just a misunderstanding. No big deal. Let's try again. And then they continue.
He's trying. He's giving it. He's giving it a chance.
Jack Nicholson also plays 2 roles in this, and I never did understand why.
He wanted to play all the roles. He was joking with Tim Burton ahead of time that said, I'll play all of them. I'll play every single role in here if you let me. They said no, and we'll just give you 2.
And to be honest, I think I would have liked that better.
Really?
No, this is a great. We haven't talked about it, but this is an absolutely staggering cast.
Yeah.
Like the first 5 minutes of the movie while they're introing the cast, you just keep going like, holy shit, how'd they get all these people?
Yeah. It's like that movie where Hugh Jackman has testicles hanging from his chin. Whatever that movie is, it's got tons of people in it, and it's the most ridiculous movie ever. Movie 42.
Movie 40 something, right.
42? 41.
Yeah, if you say so.
Movie 42, I think, is the name of it. Final answer.
Yeah, dude. But Jack Nicholson, it's Glenn Close, it's Annette Bening, Pierce Brosnan, Sarah Jessica Parker, Martin Short, Michael J. Fox, Tom Jones, Natalie Portman, Jim Brown, Danny DeVito, friggin' Jack Black, like this Joe Don Baker, Christina Applegate, Pam Grier, Ray J. This is ludicrous. This is a ludicrous cast.
Ludacris is in it. I didn't see him. Is he the little kid? No, that's his little brother is the kid from Soul Food.
Oh, nice.
That Babyface movie. Isn't that Babyface's movie? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Nobody saw that either.
Fred Welker does the voice acting, and he's the guy who does like Scooby Doo and stuff like that, and also Garfield. Yeah, I bet he was in and out in one day. Ack. You guys good? All right, I'm good.
Bada bang, bada boom, I'm done. Okay, Krusty, we're ready to... What the... dude, I had that scene. I also had the Slim Whitman climax scene where they started blowing everything up, and then they just drove through town with the record playing.
Yeah.
And it blew up all their heads because the guy's friggin'
they discovered
yodeler.
that
I don't
the
know what
Slim
kind
Whitman yodeling song that the old grandma listened to would just make the Martian's head explode, and so then they just drive through town just blaring it out of his old truck. And dude, the whole trailer park thing and the truck, I was like, did they rip off Independence Day on purpose, or was this just a coincidence?
I don't know. Every time aliens land, they always go to trailer parks, and they always go get those people. No aliens ever pick up somebody important.
Counterpoint, the people who live in trailer parks are a lot more likely to think that they have encountered aliens than the people who live in houses.
Well, yeah, of course. Of course, that's the real answer. I'm saying that they never pick up anybody.
All I could think was, Betty still has my casserole dick.
I thought we'd be killed, or even worse.
Or even worse.
The last part I had is when his wife at the time, Lisa Marie, is dressed as a Martian girl, and she seduces Martin Short and gets back into the Kennedy room. Disguised as a Martian
Short
girl.
looked crazy to me. Like I just think of him as Martin Short now, and when I see him in a movie like this, I'm like, dude, I can't tell. Is that his real hair? I don't know. But there's something about him was throwing me off big time.
His hair was really weird. It was different. He had like this big dookie roll in the front, like a Conan waft.
It was like Conan O'Brien's hair.
Yeah, lots of forehead. I thought her unnerving, like moving her hands, but she's not really walking. She was constantly chewing the gum and just staring. She did a good job with that. And that always stuck out in my head. I don't think they're together anymore, but that was his partner at the time. Tim Burton's
no, they're
partner.
not. I think he was with Helena Bonham Carter for a long time, and then he was with Monica Bellucci for a couple of years, and apparently they're not together anymore.
Good Lord.
But, yeah.
I need to be weird.
He's doing good for himself.
Yeah, he's doing all right. So those are my 3. What about quotes?
My other scene was the White House invasion scene, mainly because the chandelier drops on Glenn Close, the first lady, and kills her, and that was such a weird thing to happen. And I was like,
dude, all right, real fast. Do you think it's got to be Tim Burton's just like, I just want to start killing some of the really famous people.
Yeah, I guess.
Like everybody
sure-
you think's going to be the lead main character, the hero, the protagonist, they all die. It's freaking great. I love that.
So Jonathan Gems, who wrote like 30 drafts of this movie and has the final story and screenplay credit solely by himself. He said that Tim Burton, like uncredited, wrote the script with him. So I don't know if it was him or if it was Tim Burton, but their love of the like schlocky 50s sci-fi alien invasion movies, I'm sure they were just like, we just got to start killing people off, and like the weirder and grosser the better.
Yeah. They certainly killed them all off. I do like how she got killed by the chandelier. That was great, and everybody was just staring at her. And then Ray J pops up and starts shooting stuff everywhere with old soul food. This was way before Kardashian Ray J, by the way.
Way.
Yeah.
But they've been skipping school to go play video games, and the video games they were playing were the ones where you would shoot, and so they just pick up the alien blasters and start destroying people.
You got to use your hands. It's like a baby's toy. Yeah.
That was my last scene.
Nice. You don't have any quotes at all?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No one
I
in
got
this
the-
movie said
I got
anything
the one-
memorable to me.
I got the one Johnny used to always say, I want the people to know they still got 2 out of 3 branches of the government working for them, and that ain't bad. And then I had the don't run, we're your friends. You could hear it being translated on that machine as they're going, ag, 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 and it's saying, don't run, we are your friends. And they're just shooting up people. And then, of course, when friggin' Juno, your caseworker, when she starts laughing and yells, they blew up Congress. I love that. I love how it's just Looney Tunes style, just turns on Congress and shoots them.
The funny thing is that I kind of feel like if you were outwardly violent to someone, but at the same time we're telling them like, no, I'm cool. We're your friends. I actually do think you would just paralyze people. They wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like I kind of think that would work. Like if
It would totally
if a stranger
work.
punched me in the mouth but was like, "Hey man, what's up?" and was like super nice about it, I would just stand there confused. I wouldn't know to run away because my brain just wouldn't know how to compute that.
I know your brain doesn't work like that because every time my contact would get messed up, you would stop and then I would take you out and knock you into the couch.
Yeah, I absolutely. But I'm saying even with a stranger. Like if they just came up to me and like shoved me as hard as they could, but then started talking to me like we were friends, I would just ignore the shove and talk to them like we were friends. Like I would just pretend like that didn't happen because I wouldn't know how to deal with it.
Can't process it. Yeah, I'm with
So
you.
like I would have been in the grandstands, just said they said they're friendly. They would have shot me. I would have just stayed.
Maybe it's just the birds. Let's try again.
Maybe it's an accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
That's a good
about
quote.
characters?
No.
Yeah. You didn't like
I
Jack
mean, dude, I like
Nicholson
Michael
as
J.
the president?
Fox. I like Michael J. Fox and Sarah Jessica Parker, but they're not the most important parts of this movie. I just liked those two characters.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson's a great president.
I think he's the best president that they could have picked out of this one.
Honestly,
with
I
all the
thought the
people that were in
casting,
there.
the casting was good, man. I liked freaking Jim Brown,
Yeah.
Danny DeVito. Everybody on the cast did a good job. I just didn't understand what anyone was doing or why.
Well, I picked Sylvia Sidney, the Juno, your caseworker, as the grandma. She, I always like her. Plus, apparently, she showed up every day. She had this dog that she named. It's a tiny little barking dog named Malcolm X. That would bark at everybody, and she would just chain smoke and yell at people while the dog barked every time the camera wasn't rolling. That's hilarious that an old lady's just getting super angry. But I liked her in all the things that I saw her in. And then I picked Jack Nicholson.
So, well, hold on. Sylvia Sidney, who's the grandmother, she's 86 when this movie shot. It's her final film. The first credit on her IMDb is from 1927.
Yeah.
So
That's
she's freaking out there with 70 years of experience. So that is pretty amazing.
that's a lot. She was I think she was probably, when was she born? Was she in
1910.
1910. So she's 16 in that first movie. That's pretty crazy that she was still making movies.
Yeah, man. And like, dude, and if you look at her IMDb, it goes steady. Like 1927, 1929, 1930, 5 movies in 31, 4 in 32. Like, works steadily through the 30s and 40s, and then has like a 16-year gap from 56 to 71, where I'm assuming she probably has kids. But then is back all through the 70s, all through the 80s. This woman never took any time off from 1927 to 1996.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
So, actually, I stand corrected. She didn't take time off in the 50s and 60s. She just was doing TV. She got a bunch of TV credits. She's
nice.
G.
Yeah, she's got a ton of stuff. I just pulled it up.
Yeah. So I like when you see random people like that normally if I watch this movie, I'm not going to be Googling her. But when we're doing the podcast, I'm like, I'm going to check it out. I'm like, dude, this woman who I've never heard of except from Beetlejuice did a million things.
I'm not your coach. He died in a crash. Yeah, I like her and Jack Nicholson. And the last one, I just put The Martians. I know they were supposed to look campy, and I thought they did. And Frank Welker doing the ack, and no matter what they say, it's always just ack. I freaking love that. That's fantastic. I mean, those are my 3.
Everybody did a good job, and I like. This is Michael J. Fox's last live-action movie because he had Parkinson's at this point, so he mainly moved to doing voice acting stuff. And he's done a couple TV things here and there, but this is Michael J. Fox's last movie. So, I mean, he's alive. He could do another one. But he hasn't done one since.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Writer-director?
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton is the director. Also did a bunch of the writing. Jonathan Gems is the writer. He wrote 12 drafts of this script. He's got the sole story and screenplay credit. But then he wrote a novelization of the movie, which I'm not going to read. And he dedicates the novelization to Tim Burton. He's like, he co-wrote the screenplay, and he didn't want a credit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like Tim Burton. Looking at his stuff, he's cool. He's done a lot of stuff I like.
He's done a lot of stuff I like, but that's the thing. I appreciate an auteur who's like, some stuff is going to be, people are not going to like it, and some stuff people are going to like, but I don't give a shit. I'm just going to continue to do things that I think are awesome. Like, that's how you should make stuff, like, in my opinion. So I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of Kevin Smith. If he shoots movies with his friends, just standing around talking about whether Superman could have sex without a kryptonite condom. Like, that's...
Yeah.
He's not trying to make it to make money. Right. He's just like, this is awesome. I'm going to make this movie.
Yeah. Dude, I also like how he called it Mars Attacks, because looking at the movies that they were paying homage to is just like Planet 9 from Outer Space, War of the Worlds, Target Earth, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Earth versus the Flying Saucers. You just come out and you name it what it is, and that's it. It's like the first line of a church song.
Mars Attacks, ! You don't see a lot of punctuation in film titles. So
yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Worst? Or do you got any more bonus good? No. I think we talked about all the people in that showed up in the movie, so that was the only other thing I had. Oh, the guy from Rod Steiger is the guy that played the general that wanted to nuke everything. Yeah. He's from In the Heat of the Night. Nice. That's where he got an Oscar for that, or a whatever award for that. He was just as angry in that. And I like how he brought that Cold War energy. But that's the only person we didn't talk about, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
I did see on Wikipedia, and I wanted to mention, not to our listeners so much because I don't know if they care, but to you, that they made a park management video game based on this film. It's called Mars Attacks, which came out last year, which is kind of like, I'm guessing probably like a roller coaster tycoon, which you love those types of games.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Why would they make that?
It's completely ridiculous.
Holy shit, it is like that. It's just like the roller coaster games. You're just building shit on Mars. Oh my God. A theme park management game set on Mars. Yeah. What's the first article on Google is Mars Attracts is actually pretty damn good. That's the name of the article. Dude, what's the gravity like on Mars? Is that why they set it on Mars? So you can like make cool rides that don't have gravity? Dude.
I think Mars is similar to Earth, maybe a little bit lighter.
Dude, I am going to need to figure out if I want to spend $32 on this.
38% of Earth's gravity because it is smaller and less dense. A person weighing 100 pounds on Earth would only weigh 38 pounds on Mars. So you would only weigh 120 pounds.
Right.
Just joking. I have no idea.
It's probably pretty close. $25. That might be worth it. I'm going to have to see what's up this summer.
Well, dude,
Mars
I think it's just a guy. Like, he was just a guy. He just posted on Reddit. It was like, I made a Martian roller coaster game based on Mars attacks that's
Amazing.
licensed.
Amazing.
Yeah, man. Worst. I don't. Honestly, I don't feel qualified to talk. Like, freaking Captain Ron. That's easy for me to criticize because it's supposed to be a comedy and it wasn't funny, and I know about comedies. But I don't know. I don't even know what this was supposed to be. I can't even say what they were doing wrong. For all I know, they made it exactly the way they wanted to, and I just don't understand it. Like, I can critique R&B, but I can't critique like modern jazz. I don't know what the hell they're trying to do.
Right. Yeah. No, I get
so
that.
I don't even have any worse because I don't fucking understand.
Martin Short, though, he was in Captain Ron, and he was in this one. What if he would have done the gorilla bit? Would you have been okay with that then? Gorilla.
Somebody was talking about guerrilla warfare pretty recently, and they wrote it, and they wrote it Gorilla, and I was like, gorilla, not go. And I had the thought, I was like, they should watch Captain Ron. Clear that up for them.
Always take clear the ladder, boss. Yeah, dude, the thing that you're knocking about the movie is the same thing everybody would knock. That's the worst part about everything. Yeah. It feels like a bunch of sketches all put together with a shitty B movie horror sci-fi thing from the 50s, which again I think is what it was supposed to be, and I liked it.
I shouldn't say we'll never talk to Tim Burton because we just talked to Ron Shelton, and he's a writer-director, and he's done some pretty big stuff. And he was happy to talk to us. So maybe Tim Burton would talk to us, but I would love to just be like, dude, could you explain this to me?
Yeah.
He might like tell me to fuck off, and he might go, I'm not going to explain my art, Warren. But I'm curious.
Yeah. No, dude, I think it's just an homage to all those. That's like, you have Industrial Light and Magic that can make everything look awesome. And he says, no, back it off just a scotch. Make them look all herky-jerky. Make them look a bit rubbery. And
awesome is
paste
not
it
what
in.
we're going for here. We're going for campy 50s.
Right. And I think it was an intentional comedy spoof. But old tech, I like how they made it look like the 50s and the 60s. Everything had like the spinny satellite dishes and the big CRT TVs. I like
What about how they made it look like the 90s, like by talking on Motorola cell phones where you had to flip the thing out and then pull the antenna?
Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. What'd you think of the command room that they were in, where it's like the big circle, but the map's on the floor, but then there's another map behind him, and then there's a bunch of people like sitting off to the side that look like they were answering phones in a telethon? I like that. I don't know why I like that room.
I'm fine with it.
Like that kind of stuff is what I remember from the movie. I don't know why. But that, just like you said, Tim Burton's visual, that's the stuff you're going to remember.
All right, let's do 5 questions.
Yeah.
Is it okay for kids? Did your kids watch this?
Cece gave up and left the room. Jake watched most of it. She only gave up because she wasn't interested, not because it was too gory or like that wasn't a thing.
She made a smart choice. It's PG-13, but like aliens like turning blue and green is not. It's not even violent really. It just looks like someone dropped a jar of jelly.
Right. Yeah. It's very cartoonish violence, and I think it's fine. Could it get made again? You think they could make an ensemble sci-fi comedy homage spoof to the 50s for $70 million?
I don't think they can do it for $70 million, and I don't think you can spoof the 50s in the 2025, 2026 because no one remembers. Like everyone who remembers is our parents' age, and they can barely remember whether or not they're wearing their glasses while they're wearing their glasses.
So do you do the 1980s spoof?
I think you could spoof the 70s or the 80s, and I feel sure if Tim Burton wanted to do, like, let's do a movie based on trading cards from the 80s and 90s and get an A-list ensemble cast, I feel sure that he could do that.
Not for $70 million, though, right? I mean,
No.
Like,
Definitely
I just went through and said, like, all right, these are the really famous people right now that could do the thing. Like, I want Denzel doing the president. Could Denzel, wouldn't he take up the whole $70 million? Like, how much does Denzel make?
I think when you do ensemble stuff like this, and you especially if you know it's going to be, like, no one's making a ton of money. It's like, dude, just come in and do it for scale. We're going to shoot you in 4 days.
Yeah.
And you'll be one of 20 actors. And
right.
I'm looking at the poster. There's five top billed: Jack Nicholson, Glenn Close, Annette Bening, Pierce Brosnan, Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
So you probably go like, we'll give the top billed people like a couple million, but like, dude, just come out and do this thing.
Yeah.
And if it's Tim Burton, he's not getting Denzel, he's getting freaking Johnny Depp and
Right.
Michael Keaton. And like, he just likes to work with the same people.
Yeah. I get
But yeah,
that.
dude, he could totally do this. I don't know what trading card series he's going to base it on.
I want him to redo
Garbage Pail Kids. Can we do that one?
They already made that movie. It was bad.
Did they? Damn it.
It's worse than this. What about Gem and the Rockers? You think you could redo like a live music Gem and the Rockers cartoon? That's not trading cards, I don't think, but
No.
like he could. It's super 80s and it's pretty. Like I know about it, but like, and I'm sure people listening to this have heard of it, but like it's not super well known right now. You could make a comeback. Remember when they made the Pussycat Dolls come back? No, wait, not Pussycat Dolls. That was an actual band. What was the thing with? Oh, freaking hell! They made a band. Remember? Were they called the Pussycats? I don't know. It was in like the late 90s.
Who was in it?
Rachel, what's her name? Josie and the Pussycats. Josie and the Pussycats. Rosario Dawson, Rachel Lee Cook, Tara Reid.
Yeah.
It's like that, but from the 80s. Jim and the Rockers.
Yeah. Okay. Done.
Bring it on, Tim Burton.
I'm
Make
not
it
gonna be
crazy.
there, but sure.
Put a head on a chihuahua.
Movie or TV show? Movie.
It's got to be a
Burton.
movie.
Doing movies?
Got to be a movie.
You do any recasting?
I mean, I just went down the list and picked all the most popular people that were the same age as the other people. But it's just all like, instead of Jim Brown, I want Idris Elba. Instead of Tom Jones, I want Usher. And instead of friggin', I don't know, what's his name? I want Denzel Washington. So, like, I went through and made a list, but I went Patton Oswalt instead of Danny DeVito. So, like, stuff like that.
I like it.
But it's got to be a whole lot of people to make you want to watch this if they remake it.
And no amount of people is going to do that for me. But let's go to, can you still watch and enjoy this movie?
Dude, I like it. It's 6 out of 6.5. I'm going to watch this again for sure.
I didn't see it I didn't see it streaming anywhere for free, and to rent it was $6 instead of $2.99. Did the prices go up?
I pulled it up on Plex I had to watch it with ads, but I pulled it up on Plex and watched it for free.
Oh, nice.
The Plex thing that they have that plays TV and movies or whatever it's called.
Cool.
But yeah, you can rent it if you want to pay $6 to Fandango at home or whatever it's called.
Yeah, or YouTube or Amazon or Apple, any of them.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well,
what are we doing next?
Next up,
The
Rock.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I got to work on my Sean Connery.
Oh, I got a good Sean Connery. I can do the whole thing like Sean Connery. Okay. You know, sometimes I do like a British accent. It'll slip into Irish or Scottish. But I feel like I could do Sean Connery the whole time and it would be fine.
Once I watch the movie, it'll come back to me, but I can't get it right now off the top.
Who's the other person in that? Nick Cage?
Nick Cage.
Yeah. Can you do a Nick Cage impression?
No, it always ends up being Keanu Reeves.
It's funny you say that because Via con Dios.
Yeah.
Vaya con Dios.
Thanks for listening to Movie Life Crisis. Please subscribe, rate, and review, and remember, don't drive angry.